some people of color in agreement that black people in America should receive reparations, right? Dr. Claude Anderson, formulated the FBA to establish a group here in America of people that descended from slavery for the purpose of receiving reparations. And that's spiraled into whatever it spiraled to because, you know, the CIA.
Might have to drop a dime on. For sure. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop it. I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all know how we do, man. Always pushing health, wealth, and to better understand the self. So check this out. They just did a New York reparations hearing.
We need $800,000 for each foundational Black American.
Everybody in Harlem, man. You know, that city there is full of history. But they did the reparations hearing, and it was a lot of people voicing their opinion. And y'all know we've been going through this for about the last couple of years. I've been seeing hearings and, you know, where we got to voice our opinion and speak on we need reparations now.
It shouldn't only be a check.
Getting a little old right now. It's like, what's going on, bro? Like, we don't really need to be going out speaking. I mean, I appreciate us doing it and people that's taking time out of their day and making sure that they voice into the whoever we got to speak to. But they just did another it looked like they signed something, but they just released something, and I seen Al Sharpton. I seen Al Sharpton on there, a couple other Democrats, and it was like, I remember, and y'all know I covered that video when Al Sharpton had his National Action Network and the boy Melrose Mike, shout out to Melrose Mike. Melrose Mike went up there and was like, hey, no check, no vote. You know, y'all getting old. So my point is, Al Sharpton was like, man, y'all gotta either be stupid or paid. That was his exact words when we were just pushing reparations. Now he's standing around these people talking about reparations, and it's like he never said that to Melrose Mike when he, you know, stood at his network talking about how we can't get it. We gotta pay somebody we gotta pay somebody to pay us. It's just crazy. But to see him headlining the reparations, it's alarming, man. I think it's people that's trying to hijack. They see that it's so strong, and we seen what Trump did with the J6s, so it's like you can't no longer play with us about reparations no more.
Y'all know that black people actually did receive reparations, but they were taken away by a Democratic president. Oh yeah, after the Civil War was won over slavery, Abraham Lincoln approved for 400,000 acres of land to be given to former enslaved black people in the South. Only shortly after for him to be assassinated by a Democrat, by the way, and for this allotment of land given to black people to be reversed by a Democratic president Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson, by the way, who was his vice president. Now, if you're not aware of history, you might ask, why would Andrew Johnson do that? Because Andrew Johnson was a Democrat, and the Democratic coalition from its inception and start depended on slavery and keeping Black Americans dependent in order for its economy to thrive and for it to stay in power. So its goal was never to see Black Americans self-sufficient and able to survive without them. Which should lead you to beg the question, does this have something to do with the fact that Black Americans have been aligned to the Democratic Party since 1964, and yet the conditions in our community has not gotten better, it has only gotten worse. We've only become more dependent on government assistance and welfare, which, by the way, was started by a Democratic president, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and our nuclear family and two-parent homes have only become more and more desolate, rising from 20% in the 1940s till today, over 80%. We've been aligned with the Democratic Party ever since 1964. So why hasn't conditions gotten better for us? Could this answer be somehow tied to history? That the Democratic Party never wanted us to be self-sufficient. They never wanted us to thrive. It's not in their interest. Why would it be? If their very power and leverage has always come from keeping Black people dependent on them to survive. I talk about this in so much more detail in my book, How the Democrats Won the Blacks. And when you know true history, when you know the true origins of both political parties, the answer to the question I just asked becomes clear.
It looks like the Democrats is just trying to hijack it and use it. It don't look like it's something that they genuinely want to do. And that's just my point with Al Sharpton. Another one, the dude from Atlanta, the Grits and Egg podcast host.
Because I've seen Asian people come out in protest of Black people getting reparations. Has nothing to do with them. I've seen Hispanic people come out in protest of Black people getting reparations, and it has nothing to do with you. Now, I've also seen the latter, or the whatever. I've also seen on the opposite end of the scale, some people of color in agreement that Black people in America should receive reparations, right? Dr. Claude Anderson, formulated the FBA to establish a group here in America of people that descended from slavery for the purpose of receiving reparations. And that's spiraled into whatever it spiraled to because, you know, the CIA. And everyone seems to fear a Black economic stronghold or Black economic power because everyone knows we don't really need them. So they tirelessly try to keep us dependent on them, and they do this systemically. And they do this through a brainwashing of sorts. So by always giving other minorities or people of color somebody to look down on, well, if Black people get repaired for what's been done to us. And I would make an argument that at this point, not only reparations for slavery, but reparations for Jim Crow and reparations for the crack epidemic. Everybody seems to have an issue with the Black economic independence. And I'll say this because they understand the game. They understand that if Black people start ascending economically, well, we won't be at the bottom of the totem pole, and one of y'all niggas will. That's the only way this thing works. That's the only way this system works. It has to have somebody at the bottom. It has to have somebody to punch down on. You niggas come over here and y'all get real fluent in the punch down game. And for whatever reason, we always seem to be the victims and we ain't did shit to none of y'all. White people oppress you as well. And white people oppress themselves. Yet all the fallout seems to come on Black people.
He been talking about reparations. It's like he did a complete 360. Before he was saying how, you know, FBA is so, it's the CIA. Because, you know what I mean, we trying to delineate and make sure that the right people, you know, is nobody cosplaying us to get reparations. It was like, oh, that's the CIA. Like, I remember them people saying that. Now they on the same, they got the same talking points as us. talking about reparations. It's just funny how things change. But neither here nor there. Y'all know I'm getting that live situation together, man. I should have it right pretty soon. Just trying to remove these bugs. I don't know who did it. I wish I could find out who put the bugs on my phone and computer, but that'd have been like, I'd probably go viral with that information. But man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I want to know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. It's, you know, reparations talk. It seems like every day we got somebody talking about our reparations, talking, you know, and they ain't even from our lineage, and they always keep our name in their mouth, man. But I got another video, y'all, coming up on Myron Gaines, man. It seems like he paying black people to co-sign. I don't see a black person that can co-sign what he's saying, but man, y'all tap in with me. We got that documentary coming out, man. We trying to get a real knowledge on that civil rights and other events. We trying to give perspectives that, you know, people who got good common sense and street smarts that can figure stuff out and give it to the people the right way. So we probably gonna be just rewriting a lot of stuff, bro, because we just tricking and fooling people, and I'm tired of people, you know what I'm saying, getting fooled. There's still people running around here calling people African American, which is just, is to really think about that, it's like no reason, nobody gets that. Why would you only do that for one lineage of people? But I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all tap in with me. And I appreciate everybody who's been supporting, subscribing. I'll catch y'all on the next video.
Community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.